A mother's holding onto hope after finding her son's killer. So we're talking about Desmond Jones. He was 13 years old when he was shot and killed back in 2011. Now the Fort Myers Police Department is taking over this investigation. We know that our Fox 4's Brianna Brownlee, you're joining us now. You've spoken to the mother. You know, you've been going through this investigation. What else can you tell us tonight?
Yes, Elise, this upcoming week will mark 12 years since Desmond Jones was shot. Now, since the night Desmond Jones was shot in the head while visiting a friend, the cold case unit is now investigating this unsolved murder case. Despite all of the years that have gone by, one of the investigators on the case tells me they are extremely optimistic. As for Desmond's mother, she's still holding on to hope.
11 years ago, angry. I was angry.
The emotion Danae Henley remembers feeling right after seeing her youngest child and only son lying lifeless on the pavement with a blood-stained sheet over him after being fatally shot.
Take him away. Take him away. He was 13. He a child like you.
He was a 13-year-old boy, not doing anything wrong, doing what 13-year-olds do out in his neighborhood, fairly benign, you know, hanging out with his friends and associates, and he was met by gunfire.
Desmond was barely in his teen years when he was shot in the head in front of this lot, which used to be a home, while visiting a friend. And that night, when his family arrived, they held out hope that it wasn't him.
I said, it might not be him. That's it, and that might not be him. That might not be him.
But then the harsh reality settled in.
And when they took that sheet, the coroner came, took that sheet off, and I see them shoes, I broke down. I broke down on my knees.
Her nerdy baby, who loved to joke, is how Danae described her son. And more than a decade later, their family is still left with questions.
Why? What caused that? What caused you to shoot my baby with a .38 caliber?
Why you should be walking around, huh? When we don't lost a child.
After prayer groups and counseling, Danae found the strength to fight back. She reached out to Crime Stoppers, which led to Fort Myers Police Cold Case Unit taking over the case. Last year, a billboard went up on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard and 4th Street, asking for tips in Desmond's case. And Danae tells me it showed that her baby's case wasn't forgotten.
Peace. I have peace. Because somebody cares and we got cold case working.
In the matter of Desmond Jones, we feel as though this case has a great deal of potential to be resolved.
FMPD's Michael Rasty is the lead cold case investigator of this case.
Sadly, that every one of these cases leaves survivors. Primarily what we're trying to do in the cold case unit is simply give these people hope.
And filled with hope, no longer with grief and anger, Danae stood in the very spot she saw her son lying that night.
I haven't brought Desmond out since this April 27, 2011, but I brought him out today.
With his ashes in hand, she told me it's time.
My boy is free.
Free indeed.
Free indeed.
Free indeed, baby. I love you.
Free indeed.
I love
you, boy.
Now, Desmond's family did say that this past decade has been very hard for them. However, they are making it out the darkness, and they do say for the person who was responsible that they are praying for them.
And I'm sure this brings some kind of hope to other families that are going through this and the gun violence, that hopefully they'll find this sort of justice as well, no matter how many years it takes.
That is correct, Elise. I know when I was speaking with Desmond's grandmother, she did say that she wants the community to remember the football coach who was killed last year, Craig Turlin, Zachary Blue, and Deontay Redding.
Thank you so much for that report.